Well, Ash, that's very easy. All you have to do is follow a few simple little steps. Catch a Pokemon, find out what egg group it's in, see what ability that you want, make sure you got the right ability. Oh yeah, I forgot, you gotta definitely do the IVs. Gotta make sure you got all the right IVs in place too. Oh yeah, EVs as well. There's IVs and there's EVs. Gotta make sure that those are all correct, right? Make sure you got all those, right? Oh crap, and oh, you gotta the breeding in the natures and all that other stuff, and making sure that there's the right mom and the right dad, and to make sure that the egg comes out. But then you also have to maybe go back to the egg groups to make sure, unless you have a ditto. If you have a ditto, then it's a little bit different. It makes it a little bit easier. But you also got to make sure if you have a hidden ability, it passes through, I think, the male at a lower rate, but then the female, and then woo, what is this? Or you could just go to like Pokemon Showdown and it's all pretty much laid out for you. Oh, did I forget to say egg moves as well? Yeah, egg moves. There are egg moves as well. Pokemon that you need to breed. Yeah. It's a lot. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video, you gotta catch them all unless they're diseases, still thinks Dynamaxing was the worst implication in Pokemon history and is 100% M.F.O. Now today I wanted to first, before we get too further into the video, there's a couple things that I need to establish that you guys, especially if you're not familiar with Pokemon, we're going to be talking about genning here, and one, genning is illegal. It's cheating. It is 100% cheating in the game. My argument here is to say that it should not be made cheating. It's kind of like the argument with, like, some people feel like marijuana should be legalized because, you know, there's no harm, or, you know, I'm not going to go deep into the argument because I'm not a weed smoker to give you a proper argument on that, but it's the same thing. It's like you should just legalize it for XYZ reasons. I think genning should be legalized for XYZ reasons. I'm going to give you guys two specific reasons why I think it should be legalized, at least currently in the meta that is this game currently today. Also, a quick thing is like, comment, subscribe, but also I really wanted to say that if you don't like this video, I would encourage you to go into the comments and explain why. What we like to do here in M.F.O is to read the comments and do another separate video on those said comments. So I would like the people that think genning is okay, that it's an okay thing to do, I want you guys to speak out. Just disliking the video and leaving doesn't really do anything. It still shows engagement, and again, a like and a comment is two forms of engagement. A dislike and no comment is just one. So yes, you do like screw the video up a little bit, but at the same time, I think that the point of this is to have a discussion. I think that there are people that are very passionate about genning, and they don't want to see it in the game. They don't want it to be a regular thing, and I just disagree. I think that it should be legal. I think it should be implemented into the game. And with that being said, I wanted to go with my first point, my first reason, or whatever the hell I'm gonna call it. It would make the late game better. It would make the game better as a whole if genning was a factor in the game. Now when I say that genning, so first of all, I have to explain what genning is for people that don't know. I'm just gonna use this as a Pokemon Showdown as a little example because it's very easy to show. So if I wanted to play Pokemon Showdown, I would literally go here to Team Builder, go back, that's already me looking at a team, right? And I just go new team, add Pokemon, and I'm just gonna pick Alakazam. I'm gonna give him this. This is the worst that I've ever thought of in my life. Body Slam, Combine, Curse, Dazzling Gleam, Fast Bulky Sweeper, whatever. So I would be able to take this information and then literally pop it into my game. I really wanted to showcase in my game what that looks like, or things of that nature, but I have proof. For some reason my game capture is not working. I can't make it work right now. I don't know why. It was working just fine when I was doing some testing a couple days ago, but something happened and I can't do it. So please forgive me if you guys don't like the way that this looks. I literally did try for a little bit trying to make that work. Some people don't like the aspect of being able to do this, right? Like you can pretty much, there's no reason to do half the stuff that I just mentioned. And if you're thinking like all the stuff that I mentioned, this egg group stuff, this IVs, EVs, natures and stuff like that, oh, that's BS. No, it's literally stuff that you have to consider. It's actually half of the stuff that I considered here. The ability I chose here between three, there's a hidden ability. That's another thing that you guys have to worry about. The IVs and EVs are right here. That's a whole separate thing. It's implanted into the game, and it's something that's grown over time. It's something that's been accessible to the player over time, and it's something that a lot of competitive players were actually aware of, and they just made it easier throughout the years. When it comes to making the game better, I think that if you put genning into the game in the same way that you do Pokemon Showdown, like, so this is how I want it to be. It's like you go, and I wish I really can show in game, it would make this 20 times easier. You go up to a part in the game and you would go to a spot, like let's say how you go to the tower or something of that nature. You do what you do in Pokemon Showdown. You select a Pokemon out of a list. They have functionality like this in the game. It's in like the trading system where you can, like global trade system is like you can literally select the Pokemon that you want. So they have a system in there. You can search by abilities. You can search by a bunch of stuff. They have the functionality in the game to do that. And then you just select this stuff. It allows you to literally just play with Pokemon. You can test out stuff. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I'm making the video, is because I started to gen and I realized how fun the game was. It was so much more fun. Instead of doing all this grinding, catching eggs, some eggs have, you gotta run around in a circle and then, oh, you didn't get the right one, so then you gotta remake it again. It wasn't fun. And I think that there's a big aspect of making a game fun, especially in the late game, especially after you beat everything. Now, obviously what I'm talking about is making this a late game feature. Like I said, this is late game, going into rank, that there could be even a split rank. They could be ranked through this method, the gen method, or you go through rank regularly where it's Pokemon that they have to have your red ID or something like that. Or because I don't think that there's anything wrong with the breeding aspect of it. I used to enjoy kind of breeding, but the problem with breeding is that you can't test stuff. It goes back to our last video, check that out if you guys want to, about metas and stuff like that, about like really, like if you're gonna spend, literally sometimes this stuff takes days or a day or several hours to make a Pokemon, take a Pokemon from scratch, like you just freshly caught it, and then get it to have good IVs, good EVs, the right nature, the right ability, egg moves is another thing. That's when you breed Pokemon within a certain egg group that has moves that you want. And all that takes a while, especially when you want, like I said, like a really good version of it, something close to the meta. And you do all of that, and let's say you messed up on something, or you didn't like how that Pokemon came out, or you know what, I don't want to try that version of it, the offensive version. I want to try a defensive version of that to throw people off. Like go back to this example of this Alakazam here. Let's say I wanted to run like this weird, I could probably find some stupid stuff. What nonsense do you? Yeah, there we go. Trick. What else can you learn? Thunder Wave. Just putting a bunch of stuff that's more defensive. Yeah, Trick, Thunder Wave, Disable, not Curse. I'd have to find something else that's pretty stupid. Oh, Recover. Lord Power, Substitute, Taunt. Yeah, let's go with Taunt. And fast, bulky support. So instead of it being like people thinking this is an offensive based character, and actually this doesn't work with the Assault Vest, but please, this is an example. Hold on, I feel someone's going to judge me. Leftovers, there we go. Fast, bulky support. Now, instead of people looking at it as this offensive mon, I have it as a defensive one. Now, is there anything wrong with making this or breeding for us? No, but it would just take you a long time to have this one and that one. Meanwhile, I could literally, within the same time span, make a whole entire box of, what is it? I think 30 is in a box. It's like 30 Alakazams built different ways, and it wouldn't take me too long to do that. Now, this is also about having the Pokemon as well. I don't really necessarily need to keep the Pokemon, in my opinion. That's why I'm saying in-game system. If you put it in an in-game system, then it has nothing to do with your box. You don't keep the Pokemon at all. You just set it up in a system into the game, and you fight with that team, and you could save it or something like that. And I think that would go way smoother. I think it would just be dramatically more fun. And that's what, like I said, that's what these games are about, man. It's supposed to be about fun. It's supposed to be about fun, man. And I just think that when you do all that over and over and over again, it just loses the fun. And also, you exclude the casuals. Casual people would love to engage in stuff like that, love to understand what's going on, but when you make it that convoluted, and let me know in the comment section, especially if you're not from Pokemon, when I told you all that stuff and you're like, wait, that's in Pokemon? I was thrown off when I first figured that stuff out too. I was like, wait, that's Pokemon? Like, all these ways to customize a thing? Like, it's funny when you think about it, because it almost brings validation to like Ash's Pikachu. You could look at Ash's Pikachu, like maybe it was built, it was built in certain ways, it was built that way, and then that's why he can keep using Pikachu. It's cool, because then you could see when you do see people's Pokemon, it's like it brings you to a different perspective. Like, you can run a tanky something, you can run a offensive something. A lot of the things people do, they'll use a primarily tank based or support Pokemon, and then they'll give it damage. And then when people go in against it, they think, oh, I'm fighting against this support thing, I can set up in its face, I could do XYZ, and then all of a sudden it actually attacks you, and it's like, whoa, that did a lot of damage. Oh, I can't survive another hit. Stuff like that. Like, it's cool, but you can't really fathomly do that, because it would take you so long to make a Pokemon. You might as well go with the meta. You might as well make the best version currently available for that Pokemon. And a lot of it's also because it's ranked versus tournament play. Tournament play, I feel like it's better to take some type of risk, because you throwing someone off for one match in like a first of one, or even a best of three. Sometimes throwing someone off is really advantageous to you. But I don't know. I just really think that it would work. I think that this form would greatly benefit the game as an end game mechanic. Like I said, you can't start the game off and then give yourself a Mewtwo. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that at the end of the game, hell, you can time gate it to the point where it's only available after you beat the game, and possibly do all the side stories that this rank mode unlocks itself. Or if you even really want to, you can make it that this mode only unlocks after you reach a certain level in ranked or something like that, and then it unlocks, and then you're able to do it. But at the same time, I do think that there should be a casual version of it where it has nothing to do with the ranked, and you could just access it whenever you want. I think that is a good thing as well. I just want this in the game. I want Pokemon Showdown in standard into the Pokemon games. I think that it's crazy that you have to go here on a Pokemon simulator, which is way less, you don't get to see the animations and all the fun stuff. And it's crazy that I feel like there are more Pokemon YouTubers that play Showdown than the actual game where it was based off of. And I feel like that's because it's just more convenient. It's easier to just make a full team. Like, it's literally this easy to make a full team. That, boom, there we go. Yes, look at that. Boom, there you go. Almost done. Wait, can't have two of the same Pokemon. Wait, stop. There we go. Dragapult, leftovers, Cursed Body. X, disable, reflect, fast, bulky, support, whatever. Crawdon, what up, bro? With the sash. Adamant, yeah. Fast, bulky, sweeper. Yep. Wait, I can't. I'm like random clicking it. Here we go. Choice Banded, Slowbro, Regenerator. Yeah, there we go. And I'm done. Like, obviously I would take longer. I would 100% take a way longer to do this, because it would, I would pick more stuff. But that's a team. Boom. And I can then take time to gen it into my game, and then I can use it. And I think I think that's cool. Reason number 2, and I really suck that I can't show this in game because it would make a lot more sense, but it's practically in the game anyway. Genning is, in my opinion, already in the game, and the reason why it's already in the game is because rental teams exist. Now, I could probably pull up what a rental team is. Let me see if I can. That is a random website. I have no idea what this is about. Victory Road. But this is a Pokemon rental team. So pretty much what you can do here is that in the game, they have a system in which you can literally take this team. Let's say that this is the best team, which is Dragapult, Lapras, Rillaboom, Tyranitar, Incineroar, and Polygon, I think this one is. This is the best team in the game, right? So you want to play this team, or you want to play this team, or you want to play this team. Doesn't actually matter. As long as there is a code that you can input this thing into the game, I can literally play like that team online on ranked all the time. I can keep using it. I can make my own team. Like, I can legitimately breed my own team, right? And then give people that code. If they think it's good, they can use it. And it's allowed in ranked, it's allowed in anything. Like, I don't even know if this is the proper, yeah, here we go. Boom, thank God. Clicking stuff is dangerous sometimes. So this is it. This is his full set. This is, as you can see, this is a offensive Dragapult. This is a offensive Tyranitar. This is, Lapras, Rillaboom. And wow, this is super offensive. Holy damn. Burning Jealousy, what the hell is that? I don't know half the new moves that they added with the DLC. And this is it. So this is Inkling, PC, Torino, and Team ID. So this is the rental code. So I would put this into my game, and I would get this team. It doesn't matter how it was made, or Polygon 2. It doesn't matter how it was made. It doesn't matter if it was genned. It doesn't matter anything. I get this team. I can use this team with the items that they have. All I need is the capability to use it. I need to know how they use it, or some basic generalizations of it. Oh, so this one has Trick Room. You guys you might not know what the hell that means, but you know, all I have to do is know how this team works, and I have the ability to use it. And that's it. That's pretty much what genning is. Instead, the only difference between this and genning is that I'm at the mercy of people making these teams. So I'm at the mercy of this person's set. This is his set. Look at this. Venusaur. This Venusaur has sleep powder. What if I don't want fucking sleep powder on my Venusaur? What if I think it's garbage? Or if sludge bomb or earth power? I can even go to just an example. Look at all the moves that Venusaur can learn. You know, there is a lot of moves here that Venusaur can learn. So it does suck that, let's say, if I wanted to have, why does he learn sword then? It's a different topic, different day. So let's say that I like, for example, I like the sludge bomb, I like the earth power, I like the leaf storm. I don't like sleep powder. I would like to take that off. I'd have to breed it myself, of course, but it doesn't mean that I couldn't get a Pokemon like that. If someone was to make that for me and then put a team code on it, then I could have it. So if it's in the game, if the capability of utilizing Pokemon that you don't own for competitive purposes is in the game, then why not pull it more into the game? And my second, I didn't want to make it a third point necessarily, is that they have been pushing to make this a thing. So let me introduce you to the bottle cap. Now, bottle caps are something that they slowly introduced. I think what's cool about this thing is that they introduced in generation, I think that is generation 7. What does the bottle cap do? It improves your IVs. So I guess I can go back to, it does this. It helps with this. I don't even know why this is here. I guess it's I think oh, because they're saying in generation 1 and 2, like this was IV. So this was, like I said, some people don't know that this stuff dates back to like the first couple of games. Like this is how intricate the competitive scene was. Literally in the early steps of the game, it's that crazy. Now it's way more simplified, and now they're trying their best to make it simple as something as stupid as just, these are IVs, there's 31, and there's IV checkers that are now in the game and things of that nature. But now there's items that are called bottle caps, and this is just the standard version of it. So I can make one individual IV perfect, and this is something that normally, if you wanted to do that, that would cause you tons of time in order to do. It would take you a long time to do that. And then they went a step further, and now they have the gold bottle cap that takes all of your IVs and make them all perfect. And this is obtainable in the game, so you can get this. So this is kind of like, if we're talking about the convenience, you have to work for these items, right? So it's not like, so I know the counter argument to mine would be like, well, this is what you should have to do. You have to work for it. It's not just automatically put into the game. You have to work for the golden bottle cap and then exchange it and utilize it like that. Fair enough. I can agree that I feel like that might be something that people might be interested in. I think this is just a little bit convoluted. If I can do it in some way, shape, or form, just let me do it in a way more quality of life way. So that's just one of the things that they did, right? That's just the bottle cap. That's for the IVs, right? They also started to introduce the berry system. Now the berries are used for multiple things, but in this example, I'm just gonna talk about, where is it? That the EVs. So EVs are actually, going to them briefly here, is like when you fight certain Pokemon, you actually got EVs. So this is before the vitamins in the game. So funny enough, guys, yes, if a Pikachu was to fight a Zubat a bunch of times, that Pikachu will be faster than a Pikachu that killed a bunch of Geodudes. I'm using like the basic Gen 1 examples here. That's actually a thing in the game. So what you fight, so the Pokemon that you use through the story is inherently a mixed bag of bullshit, because that Pokemon has fought different stuff throughout its whole life cycle. It's actually better, and eventually they added stuff like this. These are the vitamin system, again, improvement. So instead, I can literally take a fresh Pokemon after I'm done breeding it and give it vitamins, which are HP up. So I would increase its HP stat, or its protein stat, the attack stat. All of this stuff is now in the game, and now they even introduced that the berries can lower it. So let's say, like I said, if I wanted to switch up, all of a sudden I don't want these EV spreads. So oh yeah, it does it by the moves that I pick, right? So then it gives me an EV spread. These are the EVs. So 252 is the highest that you can go in one category. So let's say I didn't want it to be HP focused anymore. I can now use the berries to lower the HP EVs and then come back here and then give them, and then go kill a bunch of, I don't know, something that gives me special attack, or just give them, as we saw here, calcium. There's multiple ways of doing it. I hope I'm not losing anybody. I know a lot of my Pokemon heads know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's in the game. So they know that they want to have you the ability to kind of go one way and then switch it up. And then last but not least, well, actually not last, but the nature is something also. Nature is something that the Pokemon's born with. Now through breeding, you can manipulate this in a way or shape or form that, you know, you could go and then, do they actually have all the natures here? Yes, they do. So boom, this is how natures work in this game. Nature is based on increase that, decrease that. Literally, so like if I have a lonely nature, my attack stat goes up and my defense is down. That is literally how that works. You can also see it here through Pokemon Showdown that this one is a hasty nature. It's already put here. So hasty, his special attack is up, defense is down. I don't know why you would do that, but that's how that works. So they eventually, like, people would do this, and like I said, oh man, I want a different version. I mean, you'd have to rebreed your Pokemon, switch the nature with Dittos or by egg grouping. Yes, it's that crazy. But now they're mints. Now you can literally breed your Pokemon any way that you feel like it, and then just mint it to whatever one that you want. So if you've been following everything that I've said, is that I can now take a Pokemon from the wild. The only thing that I think you still need to do is like egg moves, which they did make that slightly easy. I'm just a little bit foreign on that aspect of it, but there's ways to do that a little bit easier now too. I can mint it so I don't have to breed it for nature. I can bottle cap it so it can have perfect IVs, and then I can give it EVs by just using items. Literally a lot of quality of life stuff. Why not just go the next step? Just put it in the damn game so I can just instantaneously make that Pokemon and switch out the moves and things of that nature. Again, like I said, you don't even have to give me the Pokemon, and I think that's the issue with a lot of some people. Maybe not a lot. Some people have the issue of the Pokemon being in your inventory, and then you can use it for like the story and stuff like that. Like, even though the story is very easy, I don't think anyone can fathom and tell me that, oh my god, what if you do that, then the game will be so much easier. What? When has Pokemon ever been difficult? That's another video if you want to go that deep. Like, I think Pokemon should be way more difficult. It should be way harder, and it should force people to have to breed and make perfect Pokemon to do things in the game. I think that that's where breeding should come in. That now you have to mid-max your Pokemon to be able to beat this really crazy aspect of the game. That should be something completely different. But when it comes down to, you know, the ranked or competitiveness, I think that it should just be implemented into the game for that purpose. And anything story related, then yes, hell, if your Pokemon is that good that you can still use it without using the gen system, then of course. But I'm talking about for lazy Joe Smo, for casuals, and for people like myself that just want to go in and just have a lot of fun. I think that there should be nothing wrong with it. I personally think it is, but feel free to drop your comments below. Let me know how you really feel about it. But I just feel like it should be a thing. I think it should be implemented in the game. And my last point is that I think it's pretty much in the game. I think that it's pretty much in the game. They're like a few steps off of just putting genning into the game, and it really helps with legendaries and stuff. Like, you don't have to give them the ability to make a shiny and stuff like that, or you want to make it harder for them to do G maxing or something like that. Whatever, you know, give me the ability to get most of it. You disagree? Feel free to put in comments. I'm gonna take the riskiness of actually putting this on a Pokemon Reddit. I don't know what Pokemon Reddit I'm gonna put it on, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get blasted. Like I said, there's a lot of people that are very passionate about this, and I just kind of wanted to say something, you know. I'm not afraid. So yeah, I don't think I'm being brave or anything like that, or I just want to have the discussion of the people that really don't like genning and thinking that it's a bad thing. Like, I mean, yes, you could make some illegitimate shit, but that's why I want it to be an in-game thing where it's not going to be illegitimate unless they hack the game. And I guess that just goes back to why you need to make certain things illegal, because some people will misuse it. But are we really going to screw society, the Pokemon society, because some people do bad things? It's kind of like in real life where, you know, some liberties are given up for the safety of others, or things like that. Like, some things you'll lose. A good example would be like self-checkout. Like self-checkout is a big honor system kind of thing. They technically shouldn't have anyone even there, right, to monitor it, but they do. But if people were constantly stealing over and over and over again, they would have to take self-checkout, which is a very nice feature. Like if you know how to shop or whatever, you go and you self-checkout, you're good to go. You don't have to listen to the person. You don't have to wait for them to bag stuff. You don't have to have them bag stuff in ways that you don't want it. You can do it all yourself, and there's coolness to that. I think I like that system. But if people use that to abuse coupons or steal, then they would have to take something like that out, or what they've done recently, which is have someone watch you, which I think again here would be nice. Yes, people could cheat in Pokemon, but have a system that monitors it and still give us that lovely convenience of being able to make whatever the fuck we want and use it as soon as, I'm telling you guys, it was like a mental Jimmy Neutron, what did he call it? Brain blast? I forgot what the hell he even called it. But it was so cool when I realized that I didn't have to do like hours, literally hours of breeding, and I could just instantaneously obtain this team comp that I thought of and try it. And if it sucked, it sucked. I didn't lose 3-4 hours, sometimes even a day. I remember I was trying to get a hidden ability to pop up in a den, and it took like a couple of days. It just would not pop up. It just didn't pop up. And I think that that's just trash. I think it's trash. We don't have time. Maybe it's an older person point of view versus a younger person's point of view. I don't have the time to be doing that. And I want to engage into the community, but I can't because it's time gated, like to that degree, unless I luck out, which is not a viable solution. Like, well, sometimes you get lucky. I hate that. I hate that argument. Anyway, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, drop your opinions, and of course there will be a follow-up video about your comments, UFO, your fucking opinion. But this is my M.F.O, and now you know. And of course you also know, buy merch. By the way, there's merchandise, because every day the Kashino is your lucky day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.